we have seen how parameters are important, even for lookup, I mean, for retrieval or for saving. We have seen parameters are important. It has to be passed on the data source as well as the data save options, and even in your data transform. Okay. And I think we have also seen a few things related to the report definitions, how you would be able to retrieve data or filter data using your parameters on the report definition. Yes, I think we have seen few things related to that. Yeah. And we were also able to run the D pages individually. We were able to check how many instances of data is being retrieved, what is being saved. So we were able to check all of that. Yeah. So clear with that. Any questions on savable D pages or any other aspects related to DB?
One question. So, yesterday you mentioned that the sequence was first we retrieve the data. So in the D page, the source will get run.
Correct.
Then in the what was the option where we write the operation, there will post processing, there will have data transform run first, then the validate rule, and then what we have mentioned in the save type.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Now if I want to change the context of it, will I be able to? Like if I want to change the context to different class I want, not the class in which the D page is made. Can I do that?
Different class, as in, see, D page is not specific to a class. D page will not have any applies to class. What it will have is only object type. I mean, what kind of
Object
data?
type, yes.
Correct. So it's like a carrier. What kind of data it can hold? Is it candidate data? Is it employee data? Or is it customer data? Only that could be there. And if you want to change the context, as in you want to change, you want to save another kind of data, is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay, suppose, let's take this scenario. Your savable D page is for candidate. Okay? Now you say, I would like to save a employee. Is that what you're asking?
Candidate for that database? Yes. Correct.
Let me take it to this. So the data that your D page is holding is student or something. Let's okay, now you see your savable D page is for data-student, which means this holds data related to a student template. Retrieval also brings only student. Agreed. Now you're saying instead of student, I will use something else. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, for example, candidate. Here, if you see, now I'm using a data dash candidate here. Okay. So the param cannot be SID anymore. Okay, let us say candidate. So the DT that you are creating has to be part of the data dash candidate class, not on the not on earlier we created it from student class, right?
Student.
Now it's candidate class. So you see, if look at this. From the data transform is created in data dash candidate, but what happened is the system is directly prompting an update page for me where the inputs are data dash candidate class. Here when the source is primary, which means what your data dash candidate class is the primary. Also certain. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'm just the context is data dash candidate, so it has to allow me some properties from the data dash candidate class. But it is taking it from the data directly. So none of the other things, I mean, not data dash student, not data dash candidate. I don't see any of those properties. Okay. I summary is the data dash candidate. It is possible, but I'll just give this a try and I'll let you know if this works.
Okay.
Ideally, the thing is, whatever you retrieve, the same thing you would like to put it back onto the DB. That's how, I mean, the whole purpose of savable data page is both retrieval and write together. Okay, but for your scenario, what you said is maybe that works when you're looking at a flow action. For example, on flow action, I can have multiple savable pages. This is what you're talking about. So on the post processing, here I can add multiple savable data pages. So here it could be student plus it could be a candidate also. That way is possible here, but I'm not really sure if this is going to work. I'll check on this once. I'll update you.
Okay. Because the class was mentioned now there, so I thought that why can't we change the context of it?
Got it. But on the data transform, if you see, it, initially I took a save page. So maybe I'll just check on this one. So if it works, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Can you go back to the data page? Here, there's a small checkbox, local save.
Mm-hmm.
It was unchecked. What will happen if I check the checkbox and then proceed?
So this local save, for example, if I just show this. See, save does not modify an external system here. I mean, if your so-called candidate or your so-called student, if it is there on the external system, this will not impact that. Okay, I'll probably show it from the help. Do we have anything on that? This is part of the flow action. So I think the only option is save does not modify an external system. So once I click on local save, it would be applicable only for your application alone. If not, if I disable this, so local save is anyways happening. Okay, let me check once on this also now, because
Okay.
if I uncheck it, anyways, local save is not happening is what it says. But if I check it, local save is happening. What does this have to do with external system? I'll check this.
Okay.
Okay, let me.
Next.
Oh, one moment. So there's this option called connector, right? So when you use a connector, it has to be on some other external application only. Agreed? So now when I change
Yes.
it, make any change is directly impacted on the external application. Okay? But when I mention it as a database save, of course it will happen on my application definitely, for sure. What about the external application? Do I need to update it or not is part of this local save.
So if I
Mhm.
check it, it means it will be on the
No,
same system,
current.
local
Yes.
system.
And I don't think there's no, this would be available for other options. For activity, I think it should be available. Yeah, I see it. Do I see it for activity? So only for connector we don't see it because that's clear cut that it is part of some other external application.
Okay, so if I uncheck it, the changes will go to the external system also.
Correct, correct.
Okay, yeah, understood. Can you open the activity where we
No,
have used a save data page method?
okay, so any activity, right? Okay.
I think my act only.
Yes.
Sure. Okay. Can you expand OBJ save? Now, if I uncheck right now,
Mhm.
if I check right now, it will be immediately committed to the DB.
Correct.
But if I uncheck it,
Mhm.
uh, yesterday you told that it will go in the next cycle. The commit will happen.
Correct. Correct.
But how will we know in which cycle the commit is going to happen?
No. Cycle, as in, let me put it this way. See, this right now means as and when this step is executed. Now, step 4 is successfully means this is a return to the DB. I will see that record present on the database. Okay. Now, suppose let's take this scenario. When you are dealing with actual enterprise applications, what happens is we will not update tables one by one. Instead, you will update all the tables together. Like for example, there's a policy related transaction that you are working. Okay, so you are taking a policy, let's assume. So in the backend, there have to be a lot of tables that have to be updated. Maybe the policy table, transaction table, your named insured table, address table, policy details table. Let's assume some 10 tables have to be updated with your record. Now, if I start writing OBJ save for all of them, okay, and if I write not, if I use right now, so somewhere after 5 tables, something would go wrong. Okay? By then, 5 tables are already updated. 5 are yet to be updated. It will be really difficult for me to roll back each one of them. Instead, what we do is, instead of write, we'll use all the OBJ save. multiple obj saves are used for each of your tables, and the last step is going to be commit, so that they will all be committed at once. Okay, so the last step I would add is a commit. So all the changes, whatever deletions, insertions, whatever are there, everything will go at one instance using this commit.
So
Until
when
then,
we'll yes,
yeah,
sorry,
go ahead.
please. Yeah. So when we mention commit, then only all the obj say whatever obj say which are
Any kind of
executed.
obj actions, yes, they would be committed all at once. Until then, these options or these records that would be there, they are in deferred saves. We call them deferred saves and deferred deletes. Ideally, obj save means a delete, but until unless you commit, they are not present on the DB. So there's a transition state that these records would be in. We call it deferred saves and deferred delete.
Deferred save and
Deferred delete. Even for delete also, it's the
delete.
same. Yeah. On ideally, what we do is we put a commit method towards the end of the activity, so that all your changes are just committed at once. So that if you have to roll back, it will be a little easy for us. Have any configurations also, just commit means it commits the changes to the DB.
Okay.
So even though your instance is saved, it's not sent immediately to the DB. That's the whole point of your deferred save.
Okay, Sneha. The last question was, it is not related to data page. It
Okay.
is related to activity.
Okay.
If I have to loop, for example, on fourth step, we have a loop. So how to loop, because I saw there are a lot of options on which I just understood how to loop for loop. I understood. Others I was
Okay.
not able to.
Okay. So, okay, let's have a look at some existing activities where you can move across different levels. Okay, so let me take this. What is it doing? Determines if the past in the case type name is a child case type or not. Okay, it loops through the case type list on the application, opens case type, checks if it is present on the. Okay, so this activity that is there, it will check whether the case types in your application are child cases or not. I mean, are they child case types is what it will check. For that, if you observe, this part of at the read base class. Okay, and here there's a loop for each. Yeah, for each embedded page on the list. Okay, for each embedded page, what is it doing? Loop through the case type listed, and so this is a platform provided one. So what is it doing? It is looping the data for each of the case types, and for every item on the list, this is executed. Mm, okay, can you see this verify email account? No loops. Okay, so this is an automation. Repeat. Okay, I think we'll just choose randomly something. This is looped with the Java file. Okay. So now if you see, this class is prediction.textAnalytics. Okay. And the loop is for each embedded page. Now here the prediction, the prediction list.px results is the px results is what you are looping it on. And this would be another class. Is there a px results class? Okay. Prediction list is part of code-pega-list. For which, in fact, why did we come here? What are we looking for?
For looping one.
We wanted to understand looping, is it? That's why you're here.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So on each of these, what is happening is, now prediction list is of the type code-pega-list. Okay. Now prediction list.px results is of the type work-prediction. Now whatever the items I have on the work-prediction, so all of those are being set with the parameter. Each one of them is being identified separately, and each one of them is being, it is opened, then a page copy is happening. It is being moved from the existing context. It is moved onto the PX results, and then the page from which it is copied is removed. And don't focus on the logic. Just look at what this loop is doing. So for every item that is on the prediction list, okay, that is on the PX results. So for every item on this prediction list.px results, so each of the item, you see it is set with a particular property, then they are opening it, then they're doing a page copy, and then finally removing that page. Still not very clear. Okay.
No.
For each, what if the loop is for each top level page, what happens? So mentioning for each top level page, the activity will consider this class as the top level page, correct? So it will be enabled for looping in instances related to work-prediction-text analytics. But now when you mentioned an embedded page and you have given the context as this prediction list.px results, now whatever the type of your px results is, it could be data-candidate, it could be data-student. In this scenario, it is some work-prediction. So every item of this class, which is of the type work-prediction, are looped in. See, that's why you see for each embedded page. So your work-prediction is an embedded page on this particular prediction.textAnalytics class. And try to show something more relevant. Okay, let's see the send email. All attachments. Let us. Okay, there's no looping here. Email. Okay, maybe I'll check for some activity which has some good looping scenario, and I'll try to show that. Currently, I don't find anything. Most of them don't have any. No. Yeah, but I'll try to definitely check some nice activity for it.
Okay.
I'll probably do that on Monday again. Yeah, I'll make a note of it. One is that different classes on the savable data page. Other is the activity.